Yo, mic check, mic check. The Colombians.
Feel like the pressure's on. I love
Por
it.
favor, quiero escuchar esa canción.
Woo. This the game winner. Going up the squad like the gang members. Be in all the spots that you can't enter.
What's going on, AMG broadcast number 16? We are live here on twitch.tv/All Madden Gaming CFM, and I'm joined alongside my co-host, per usual, as always, early and often, Serp a Derp. What's going on, Serp? Appreciate you joining us here on AMG Live, broadcast number 16.
Yeah, I'm always stoked. AMG Live, that's where I like to be at.
We got a nice matchup this week, week 10. And by nice, I mean it should be a fun game to watch. The 0-8 Las Vegas Raiders taking on the 2-6 Chicago Bears. Bears obviously favored here. Serp, where you at? Where you at on this game? Where's your head at? Could this be the one? Could this be the one for the Raiders?
I think it's going to be a fun game, and if it is going to be, if the Raiders were going to get one, this would be close to one they may be able to. I mean, the Raiders are throwing, I think, maybe 6 touchdowns and like 13 interceptions, something like that, and the Bears are pretty close behind with like 10 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, so they're both on the bad side of the turnover ratio there. So I think it's going to be a fun game. It might not be the most, I guess, precise game, but I think it's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Games that are interesting and down to the wire and fun to watch. We saw that last time. Well, I guess not last time. The Bears game wasn't too fun to watch, was it? I'm thinking about the game I actually watched with my wife, which was the Game 7 of the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. And that was a good game. I don't know if you caught that game, sir, but...
No, I had money on the Sixers, so I just kind of flushed that down the toilet.
Oh, so no NBA for you anymore, huh?
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Herrick's going to pick up maybe a yard or not. 2nd and 10. So you're going to start the game off 2-6, coming off a loss to the Detroit Lions in Week 9. Week 10 action, you got the Las Vegas Raiders. They're sitting at 0-8. You got 6 losses in the NFC if you're the Chicago Bears. This is a must-win game. If you're looking to go on a run and rally 8 wins in a row to finish this season and finish 10-6, you have to win this game. And this is an opportunity to not only come away with a big win, but to get the morale up in Chicago.
Yeah, I think so. I think you see a lot of running here, as both of them aren't the best in passing. So I think you're going to see them try to establish that first, and whoever kind of can establish this running game, I think takes it.
Shout out to the chat right now. Brad gifting subs, T-Jax gifting subs, along with Eddie Mars gifting subs. Appreciate all the love in the chat here. Hit the horn for him.
You got to remember the Bears got rid of Khalil Mack too, so they don't really have a defense at all. So I mean, if Tua is going to make anything happen for the Raiders, I think it's going to be versus the Bears defense.
Absolutely. If you got the emotes in the chat, throw up your AMG emote. If you have the red check mark next to your name, you are verified on the channel. And that's just an incomplete pass by Slaughter. And how terrible was he in AMG Live broadcast number 15? We had the Bears on here the last time we did a call there in Week 8, and Slaughter absolutely fell apart.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Miller Thriller with the subscription as well. Appreciate it.
I remember in that game too. I mean, it was the Allen Robinson show. I mean, he was catching. I think they went 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 11 passes to Allen Robinson. They didn't use Diggs at all, even though they gave up Khalil Mack for him.
Yeah, we're gonna draw on the screen a little bit here and interact with what's going on here with the Chicago Bears. But yeah, last time they were on AMG Live as 20. Herrick's got a lot of space down to the 35-30. Bad tackling, open field, 15-10-5 touchdown. That's why the Raiders are 0-8. And that's what we need to see more of with the Chicago Bears. We saw AMG Live broadcast number 15, the one previous to this one. The Bears took on, I believe it was the Packers, right? And Slaughter absolutely was targeting Allen Robinson again and again. And a couple times he just went down to the well a little too many times, and it ended up in a couple interceptions and turnovers for the Chicago Bears. You got to stay on the ground with Herrick to balance out this passing attack. As you saw, the first throw from Antoine Slaughter was not good on that right side. It was just completely out of bounds.
Yeah, I think the Bears, I mean, even if they go 3-and-out using the run, you stick with it. I mean, the Raiders don't have anybody really on defense. They've got Devin Bush is about the best player they got on defense, and the rest are you know, a little bit older, or I mean, they've got who do they got? They got John Franklin Myers on the line, and their defensive tackle is Maurice Hurst. So I mean, they're not really extravagant on there. They're not going to stop that run. If you keep pounding it in them, they're gonna bend.
We're talking about the Chicago Bears, right?
No, we're talking about the Bears doing it to the
Well,
Raiders.
the Bears
defense.
The Bears are going to show
Well,
the
neither of them
Raiders
really
how
have a
it's
defense,
done.
to tell you the truth.
Yeah, the Bears get rid of Khalil Mack. They bring in Stephon Diggs, and the usage rate has not been even equivalent to the impact that Khalil Mack made on this defense. You can run all over the Chicago Bears, and I expect Nyheim Hines to get it done tonight here for the Oakland Raiders. I mean the Las Vegas Raiders, excuse me. Eddie Mars with a Tier 1 sub as well, gifted. Spongy gifting, that's 23 to the channel for Spongy, appreciate it. Eddie Mars trying to work his way up in the PC.
Yeah, I think Hines has a good game. I mean, I really think he does. I think that I think they defeat themselves by trying to pass too often.
There's another run to the right side. There's the space we talked about. Nyheim Hines has got a lot of speed, spinning and winning. As you see 52 there coming to the screen. That is not Khalil Mack. That is 3-7, making a nice play. Vance Joseph takes him down, but you can't arm tackle a guy like Nyheim Hines, especially on these stretch runs, Serp, because anytime that he gets outside on the move and he's running downhill here, you just put your hands on him. He's going to just stiff arm you and continue to get outside, and he's so electric in open field. You don't want to put too much pressure on your secondary.
Absolutely. I would have liked to see him just kind of keep it a little bit more standard there as far as that spin move and kind of that little the highlight action he was doing there. I would have liked to just see him just kind of keep trucking forward.
I see a single back formation here for the Las Vegas Raiders as they are 2 yards away from the logo midfield. When you think of the Las Vegas Raiders being 0-8, you have to wonder, is 0-16 a possibility here in AMG Season 4? I'm looking at the schedule. I feel like there's a couple opportunities for wins, and one is actually tonight here, Week 10, versus the Chicago Bears. Here at AMG Season 4. If you're interested in joining All Madden Gaming, hit command join in the chat to give you some information about the league and how you can become a part of this amazing community as you work your way up through our AMG Performance Center League and kind of find yourself biting and clawing to get to the big show. Nyheim Hines, that's a loss of 1 there. Nice tackle by Barnett, number 59 there on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, good vision on that tackle there. They read that play really well. Yeah, and back to the 0-16 thing, I think that's a possibility. I mean, from looking at Tua's numbers and the amount of interceptions compared to touchdowns he's got, and the way that their just defense is just the angle. I mean, they got some poor tackling going on, and it's a possibility.
Level 5 on the hype train. We significantly came together collectively to put out a 240%. That's over the 100% they even needed there on level 4. So we're at level 5 right now. Bits, sub giveaways, opportunities to get past on these levels here as we've been working our way up. Here, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers in the backfield, split halfbacks. This is going to be man coverage. Man in motion there on the left side. There's a little play action, looking, cooking, over the middle dot. That's going to be an RPO coming back, but that's Coyote, got a lot of space. 86, one of the top receivers in the AMG Season 4 rookie draft. But Colton Miller, when you run those RPOs, sir, you have to understand the timing. You can't have your linemen downfield, and that's exactly what happened there for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, if he would have just Barnett bit on the RPO version of it and just got lost. That slot receiver was just wide open, doing whatever he wanted to.
Yeah, T-Jax, that is my wife. So chill. What's going on, Eddie Mars? Gosh, Eddie, chill. I'm already saying what it is. There's a nice run by Nyheim Hines. No holding there, no illegal blocking. And he's just following the big-time holes. We talked about the loss of Khalil Mack and how important he was to this defense. If you thought, sir, the defense of the Chicago Bears last season was atrocious, which they weren't good, just imagine that team without Khalil Mack. We're getting to live it, see it, here in living color. AMG Live broadcast number 16.
Yeah, we've seen it the last game that they played on live, and we're going to see it here too. Like I said, I think it's going to come down to whichever running back has the best day or the most longest runs.
It might actually come down, sir, to which team decides to throw the ball. And
Right.
that one pass that comes up with a bad decision, a turnover, that could really be the difference in today's game. I say the wheels on the bus go ground and pound, and today they need to stay on the ground because both of these teams are struggling to stop the run.
Absolutely. No taking flight, stay on the ground. I'd actually, to tell you the truth, I'd say let's do an over-under on interceptions, but I think that would be a little bit too easy. I think we do an over and under on pick sixes.
Well, I was about to tell you right there, we got one coming up. Tua, former Miami Dolphins quarterback, starting quarterback, Las Vegas Raiders this season. You got Calhoun, number 86, top pick, AMG Season 4 rookie draft. Getting to see what he's got here and what he can bring to the table. When you trade a guy like Henry Ruggs, then you bring in Calhoun, you have a lot of expectations and high hopes here.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see a little bit more from him than he's been doing.
There's a big-time hit. Vance Joseph laying the lumber, but Nyheim Hines holds onto the ball. That was a nice little throw there, a little angle route, but Tua really threw his halfback into some heat there, and he definitely laid the lumber.
Calhoun has 240 yards and a touchdown until now, so I mean definitely didn't get out. But I mean, if the ball isn't making it to him, and I wouldn't say it's his fault.
All right, here's the issue on that run. You get nice blocking. It's all going in this direction, right? This is the blocking we're getting. All you have to do is cut this left side. He stays with these blocks, and there was just too many gap shooters, and there was just too much traffic there. You got to learn to just kind of change directions and just kind of feel the holes and feel the open side of the field. Right there, Nyheim Hines just kind of ran into himself. They're going to pass a little bit more in this red zone. There's a drag underneath, leads it upfield. That's a first down. Edwards and maybe a little more down to the 6-yard line. So Las Vegas is not only moving the change, they're controlling the clock because we only have 20 seconds left in this first quarter.
Well, I think the thing is, too, is when they're passing, they're staying with the short game. They're staying with some really high percentage, pretty easy throws. They're not launching any posts or fly routes or anything yet. So,
shotgun formation, Nyheim Hines in the backfield. There's a throw over the middle. Dotty, dot, dot, touchdown. That's number 89, feeling fine. And the Oakland Raiders get points on the board. You saw a lot more in the air from Las Vegas than we saw from the Chicago Bears on their first drive, sir. What's the prediction here? We've seen both of these teams drive down the field and score. Who looked better to you, the Raiders or the Bears?
The Raiders had a couple of almost interceptions, it looked like, but they made a decision to throw them away. So, I mean, I don't know. I still think the Bears drive was a little cleaner, but I like the Raiders drive. The Raiders drive was more exciting, I think.
I like the fact that the Las Vegas Raiders controlled the clock. They balanced their attack. Inside the red zone, they started throwing the ball, and that's when Chicago beefed up and was really trying to protect the run. So you're going to see that a lot in this game. AMG Live broadcast number 16. You got the 0-8 Las Vegas Raiders taking on the 2-6 Chicago Bears. If you're interested in joining, hit command, join in the chat. Or you can go to dadleagues.com/AMG. There's a nice pitch to the outside. There's going to be holding coming back on the Chicago Bears. Even though that's a nice run from Herrick, we're going to see a lot of him today.
Yeah, and just in hindsight on that last drive by the Raiders too, whatever defense the Bears were running in the red zone there was atrocious. I mean, I think there was between the cornerback and whatever safety or whatever was kind of in between where the wide receiver was, had to have been at least 15-yard gap in that end zone there. So I think they got to kind of maybe take a look at their defensive play calling on the Chicago side as well.
Darren Waller and Ruggs. TJ says, I'm going Las Vegas. Madden 22. We'll find out. There's Herrick, just a lot of space. Gets outside, nice, fine. And that's just patient running. They don't call Herrick the doctor for nothing. Right there, he slows down. He evaluates the field, and he's got that kind of patience that isn't too slow, isn't too fast. Right here, he's just kind of needing the water here. And then he bounces outside, and he finds a lot of space, and he's able to pick up 10 yards and move the chains. There's Stephon Diggs' first catch on AMG Live in the last 5 quarters. He didn't catch a pass for the Raiders in AMG Live, broadcast number 15 versus the Packers in Week 8. Week 10, he gets his first catch, and it's the first completion for Slaughter here early in this game in the second quarter.
Yeah, for the Bears. Yeah, I'd like to see them go more off to him. Keep going there. I mean, he's going to catch them. That's what he's there for.
Yeah, people in the chat say they know the Bears aren't going to play turnover-free football, so they believe a turnover is coming, but they're going to keep the ball on the ground here once again. It's going to go to Herrick there on the right side. He's off the edge looking for space, and down he goes. It's going to be second and about 6-5 on the board. Second and 5 here for the Chicago Bears offense.
Yeah, I think they're. I mean, they moved away from Cohen and they're running with Herrick, and he's actually doing pretty well. I mean, he hasn't had such a bad season so far. What has he got? He's got 506 yards, 14 touchdowns. That can't be right.
Oh, that's just a bad pass by Slaughter. Slaughter is having issues throwing on the run here. I mean, right here, this is just a little play action swing. You got routes coming across the field, a deep dig. You had this guy coming across here. Clear out route. He's rolling to this right side. This guy gets all the way to the sideline, and he just airmails it out of bounds. Yeah, Brad, it's his stream. It's Reezy's stream. Yeah, he should have just ran that for the first down, absolutely, but he's going to do it now on 3rd and 5 as the Red Sea parts.
Herrick has 14 touchdowns. Is there any way to verify that? I mean, can that be right? I guess if he's not throwing very much, he's not really doing it during the air, so I suppose he's getting them all, but that's not too bad for that halfback.
Yeah, and it seems like once they get in the red zone inside the 5, it's been run for the Chicago Bears, and you have to expect more of that down the stretch because they really, as you've seen, the inconsistencies for number 16 Slaughter, they deemed their franchise quarterback a season ago. He had a solid season in AMG Season 3. But now you're just noticing a lot of these kind of plays. This is Stephon Diggs' second catch of the game. You're going to see a lot of RPOs, a lot of screens, a lot of options in that sense. Why does he do this every game?
I think you, and once you get into the red zone, if you're the Raiders, you play the flats, you come out in base formation. It doesn't matter how many receivers they got out. Even if they got 3 or less, you come out in a 4-3, 3-4, play the flats, and I think you end up getting a turnover in the or at least a 3 and out in the red zone.
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing here? Some offensive line movement. Okay.
All right, back to action. I appreciate the commercial break there from Reezy. We just didn't have any commercials queued up. Yeah, Z's absolutely right. Slaughter's offense has turned into a lot of RPOs, options, or slants, really quick throw stuff because the playbook was opened up last season. They started this season. It just has not been the same for Slaughter. As you see, here's a double slant. This is what they like to do. They're going to be looking this. Oh, this is RPO roll to the right side. They're going to be some holding downfield. Let's see if he pauses and changes his lineup again.
Yeah, I should probably move Marpet to right tackle.
Yeah, Jamie, it's completely annoying. I have to say so. Another RPO here on the left side. This is a read option bubble. He's going to throw it. Good coverage by the user over there. And that just goes for no gain at all. Williams with a 3-yard loss. 3rd and 14. You got to get off the field here. You know what I'm doing on this play, sir? I'm sending some kind of heat. I'm going to send somebody off the edge here. A safety going to drop down, and I'm going to blitz him off the edge. Or I'm going to send some kind of corner blitz. Or even a roll blitz, a Okie roll, because I want to push you out of field goal range. This is one thing that Z does with his unit with the Rams. He does a phenomenal job solidifying his field goal range and not giving it up. Let's see if there's a problem here. There's a throw. He's going to pick up the first down. He holds onto the ball, and that's easy peasy. You can't let that happen if you're the Raiders. And that's what happens when you run a rush three-man rush to contain, and you're running drop coverage, cover 4, and that's just not a good pass defense.
I think you were right. I think you could have went with anything that brought 5 or more guys, and you'd have been okay.
Yeah, you almost got to the quarterback there. Imagine if you sent a little bit of heat, that route wouldn't develop as deep downfield, and maybe he would progress into something shorter. You have an opportunity to create a turnover or at least get them off the field. There's a nice tackle, another tackle for loss. And here's my issue as well. Chicago got the ball to start this game. You get the ball to start, if you're the Raiders, you get the ball to start the second half. You wanted that stop because that would have given you a full 2 minutes, sir, to still maintain that balance or that heavy running attack. That's going to be much
Vegas
needed.
Raiders they're playing with some intensity right there. You look at Hurst; he took down the running back and then threw Gesicki on the ground too.
Too easy. Easy peasy. Reezy. Herrick, number 20. Touchdown. Favorite NFL player growing up for Herrick? Barry Sanders. I see that explosion, but then again, he is playing the Las Vegas Raiders, one of the worst rush defenses in the AMG.
Yeah, I thought the Raiders had him there. I mean, they had some good defensive stops. They had some tackles for losses. I mean, they really screwed up when they did. They need to bring some heat.
Got to bring some pressure on 3rd and 14, especially, sir, if there's not much field behind you.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buck 35 left. The Chicago Bears up 14-7, sitting at 2-6 on the season. Must-win game for them. They're looking to run the table and finish at 10-6. Las Vegas Raiders sitting at 0-8. They're looking for a win. So these are must-win games. Both of these teams have this week circled because this has got to be a starter pack here for the Chicago Bears. And for Oakland, this is just an opportunity to get that goose egg off their back. There's a throw underneath. Got to get out of bounds, and he does. Nyheim Hines, he's been a usage beast. Workload at about 135% so far. You're going to see him in the running game, the passing game, and I like how Tua gets rid of the ball quick, and he's able to go through a couple progressions that wasn't there, and then find number 37 and still able to get out of bounds. This is Barner, first carry for 3 yards. 6-second runoff, that's going to be a chain mover, first down. Split halfbacks in the backfield. This is Barner once again. Play action there. Looking. They're going to be a holding. You're going to bring that back. Don't want to throw a turnover here. And that's a nice pass to Darren Waller, number 83. Illegal contact downfield. You got to decline that. And they're at the 42-yard line, Serp. So that wasn't a penalty on the offense. That was the defense. A little bit of illegal contact downfield. But Darren Waller makes a nice spec catch. Puts them past the logo.
He kind of bailed them out of that one a little bit. That was a little risque, but yeah, they connected though. Good catch.
Jamie with the setup questions right now. Let's see if he says it. All waiting on T-Jack's response here. Something with Anko. Man in motion left to right. Tua with the pump fake. Over the middle, dot. That's dropped by number 19. Tua, 6 for 8, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. You see it. Quick math going to tell me he's throwing about 10 yards deep. And that includes run after the catch. So we're probably looking about a 6 to 8 yard average in the air for Tua right now. So if I'm the Chicago Bears, going into the second half, I'm going to be a lot more aggressive and playing underneath a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see some cover 2, some cover 1 robbers or cover 1s. I can see that taking away those routes.
Brian Edwards, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Shotgun formation. You got Waller in the backfield, split to the left. Nyheim Hines, he's been a favorite target so far. They're going to take a shot post. Edward can't get it there. That's just not a good throw from Tua. 6 for 10. You have the post route. You have to find a way to put a little bit more oomph on that ball right there. You get the post, it's open. You'd like to see him just lead a little bit more, a little bit more to the left and put just a little bit more drive on that ball, and maybe you give your receiver an opportunity to catch that in traffic. They're in punt unit time. I'd go for it here if I was the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I could see going for it. I mean, they're on the opponent's side of the field. I mean, there's 52 seconds left.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
Don't forget the New York Jets franchise focus. We've been following them the entire cycle. We will have some New York Jets action here in AMG Season 4. We're just kind of trying to ride it down to about week 13, week 14, then catch the end of the season right into the playoffs. It's going to be smooth sailing for my New York Jets. I think they're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl, if you needed me to finish. There's a quick throw to the right side. The man in motion, Herrick. That's a big game. Flipping that punt. Very nice punt. And he's able to go from the 10 to the 24-yard line just on a little halfback swing. You're going to see a lot of these swing plays, option plays. It's kind of similar on both sides. Everything's about 5 to 8 yards and down to the line of scrimmage. We just haven't seen anything deep down the field.
It's almost as if you can see a bit of frustration in the Las Vegas defense because they're playing with some intensity.
There's a
but
nice
the play
throw, nice
calls
catch by
aren't allowing for them to do it.
Gesicki. There was a throw down the field. That was the first one we've seen, sir. What about that throw from Slaughter on the move on the right side? We've seen him airball a couple of them, airmail a couple outside. What do you think about that pass?
No, it was a great pass. It was a great pass, but it was also at the same time a poor defense again by the Raiders.
Yeah, leaving it wide open, and you aren't seeing Slaughter make the proper adjustments pre-snap. He's having to kind of roll out the pocket after he goes through his first, second read. Maybe a little bit of a broken play, but it's good to see him actually driving the ball down the field. They're going to go to the right side again. That's a corner route. Winning down, finds Mooney. Mooney's money. Touchdown, Chicago. They're going to go up 21-7 pending this extra point. The Raiders do get the ball to start the second half, but man, oh man. Number 16, Slaughter, ears must have been ringing in the first quarter. We were laying into him, and his accuracy, he dots him up there and brings him down the field from the 10-yard line to the end zone. 90-yard drive there on 4 plays for the Chicago Bears.
Yes, a great drive down the field and some good recognition on that cover zero hero. I mean, not a good time. The defensive play calling, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders he's on thin ice.
Vegas buffet slayer.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
15 seconds here, sir. What do you do? If you're the Raiders. Try a screenplay maybe? Give it to some speed? Or you just...
Well, it depends on what they come out in. I mean, if they're in some kind of, only 3 cornerback or something like that or less set, I mean, chuck it up. Give it to
Maybe a wildcat.
who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Ruggs, but he's not there.
No, not Ruggs. Diggs.
Well, Diggs is on the Bears.
Oh, yeah. Who am
I mean, I don't know if you want to swap jerseys at this point. I mean, it really wouldn't matter.
Calhoun.
Brings up second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Calhoun is who I'm thinking of. What's he got for release? Let's see what his release is.
What's up, pretty girl? There's a deep pass, just not enough air on it. Man, Tua really knows how to underthrow it. That's going to be picked off by Moreo. We talked about him, AMG Live broadcast number 15. He made some spectacular plays on the ball. He's a ball hawking. He's getting a little fancy out there. 2-3 hits the ground. It's going to be Raider ball to start the second half.
Raiders 7.
I was talking to him. The 6-year-old J.Pete. You got to score in this drive here if you're the Raiders, right? 0-8. You can't afford to punt the ball in this drive because any more scores from the Chicago Bears, a 14-point deficit, you go down 3 scores, it's over like Rover. There's just no way this Raiders team has any type of, fight back. They don't have any grind and grit in this team. They're 0-8. They're deflated. They got to score in this drive.
It's not a good thing to be. I mean, they got to. I'm afraid my spidey senses are telling me that there's going to be some aggressive passing called here, and there's going to be the pick 6. I think I was looking for at least another interception, but we'll see.
I form tight. 8 seconds to get the playoff here. To start the second half. It just doesn't seem like the Raiders came into this half really prepared. There's another handoff. Oh, there's a nice run. Got to stay outside. A lot of space. This is Claiborne. 2-6. trying to put 6 on the board. 10-5, touchdown Oakland. We talked about the Chicago Bears defense having more gaps than Strahan's front teeth. But it might be worse than that.
No Mac is killing him.
The kick is good. Makes the score Bears 21, Raiders 14.
I think Khalil Mack in himself would have gave the Bears maybe 1 to 2 more wins than they have now.
I think you're absolutely right, sir. The Chicago Bears, without him, did not fully understand the impact he has on the field. He shoots a gap, you got to put 2 on him. All right? He comes in with a blitz, you got to put 2 on him. He's opening up opportunities and holes and gaps for other players to shoot and have their opportunity in tight space to make the tackle. Now, everything seems to be getting blown up, and there's a ton of open holes as the running attack has just been dominant this entire game on both sides of the ball for both of these teams.
Yeah, you get your holes and your gaps opened up, you're done for.
Paper plates, 2nd and 9 here for the Chicago Bears.
On the tackle. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
There's a play action. Slaughter rolling to the right side, likes to roll to the right side. There's a nice little crosser to Stephon Diggs right on cue. Spinning and winning down to the 44-yard line, past the logo. I tell you, man, you got contain on over there. You got to wonder what's going on with your guys. I would send some blitzes off the edge because it seems like Slaughter, nearly every time he looks to go deep down the field, sir, I don't know if you're seeing this, and I am, he's rolling to this right side, and he's got crossers and Diggs coming across along with the drag.
Yeah, he's definitely coming outside of the pocket for most of his passes, so they could key in on that.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, the Buffalo Bills have a prime example. You look at James Burke in Buffalo. He has 9 to 10 sacks because of Khalil Mack. The impact that he brings to the field and how you have to address him pre-snap, it opens up one-on-ones for other people. Down goes Slaughter. 68. Beating his chest. King Kong. Slaughterhouse. Can they get themselves out of another 3rd and long, sir?
If they bring this heat, I think if they bring at least 5, maybe on an edge blitz, maybe in a press, an edge blitz press or something like that, and kind of disrupt them receivers a little bit and give them a little bit of time. It seems like they're coming close to hitting them every time. I mean, they just got to send one extra guy.
If you want to drop coverage, I'm fine with it, but send some heat. Watch Diggs right here on this. He's going to look Diggs on the seam here on the left side, inside slot. He's going to see how this linebacker plays. He's going to go right there, a little possession catch. Oh, he puts him on an out. Okay, never mind. He just killed Diggs' opportunity to make a catch. He goes to him anyways and catches the ball. Where's number 20? You got to protect the sticks in this situation still. That's a hard flat cover. Maybe he put it to a cloud flat, but you have to wonder why there's no zone blitzing going on these 3rd and longs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the Raiders players are playing with a good intensity, but they're not getting the plays they need to harness that, to focus it into some sort of reward for them. So it seems like they're getting frustrated. Like, hey, coach, can we get a play that works, or do you want us to keep doing this?
I like the effort I'm seeing from the Raiders. That's a great point. An 0-8 team usually has that demeanor of, okay, something goes bad, we're done. This team has a little bit more fight in them, as maybe they know this is their one chance to kind of get themselves off that goose egg.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to be sitting. I mean, if you can get that 0 to a 1, I mean, that's the morale boost right there is going to be something good.
Oh, just completely killed him on the left side. Diggs digging in. Stephon Diggs showing out. AMG Live broadcast number 16. And number 13 puts 6 on the board.
Eddie Pinheiro lining up for the extra point.
I don't think Las Vegas is out of it.
I don't either. I think if they can drive down, continue to run the ball, and they put themselves in the pay dirt one more time, a Chicago Bears turnover. You have to think you forced them into 3rd and longs on multiple drives that they've scored on. If you could just get them off the field on those 3rd and longs, or at least hold them to 3, you're right back in the game.
The Raiders
Absolutely.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First and 10. Las Vegas' own 25-yard line, 75 to go. Let's see what the Raiders have in store here. We're going to get a little drop coverage action with some contain. Oh, they're going to play action. There's the crosser right there. Finds his man. Nice dot there by Tua. He didn't put too much air on that one, Serp, and he had enough zip on it to get it right between the defenders. I like what I see on that first pass play. I mean, you got crosser coming across the field, but you got a defender here, and then one up here, and maybe one over here. This one's probably a little bit more over here, so don't count this guy. So if you understand what's going on, if he bullets it, he's in trouble. Puts a little bit of air on it, he's right in the money, and he opened up the field there for the receiver. They moved the chains nicely as they cross midfield on one play.
No, that was definitely a nice opening shot there for him.
Oh, nice throw, nice patience to it. Edwards got to make a play. 89 gets down to the 17, and just like that, Tua's confusing him. It's run, and now it's a lot of trickery. You get a man in motion, you get a play action on the halfback. I don't think the Chicago Bears defense was really expecting Tua to come out slinging here with a $1:43 left in the 3rd quarter.
No, I think you get that many scores ahead and you're playing somebody that's 0-8 or whatever, you start to get a little too high on yourself, you know what I mean? And maybe doing a little slacking off.
There's the run we've been looking for this entire drive, fighting forward. That's Naheem Hines, 7 carries, 52 yards, 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 inside the red zone.
15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Watch this cover 2 action. See if you get a post there. By number 89, looking, when in doubt, out route. That's picked off. Easy peasy. Johnson, 33. Johnson and Johnson. Oh, he's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's going to go to the house. Johnson and Johnson.
Oh, my God.
Tua, you just got vaccinated.
Wow.
3 + 3 = 6. Pick 6 for the Chicago Bears.
Stick a fork in him. He's done. Give that guy the
Put the
re-sign
team
bonus.
on his back. Greg Jennings.
Yep, there's that pick 6. And that took a lot of work too, man. I think, how many people did he throw off? 5, 6?
Yeah, he just stayed moving. And a couple of them were strips. I mean, to be honest, you see the offense was trying to get the ball back.
I think he's that player. Man, who's that player that I remember seeing an interview with the NFL player who always took a shot before the game or something like that. He's got a little bit of Henny in him or something like that going down the field like that.
No, they just called him that because he made some bonehead plays, bro. You're talking about J.R. Smith, right?
No.
Yeah, you are. He's talking about J.R. Smith. Guys in the chat, we all know he's talking about J.R. Smith, right? With the Henny.
No, that's not who I'm talking about.
That is who he's talking about, guys. He's old. He doesn't remember.
I'm going to look it up.
Dropping back Tua. There's a dangerous throw there to Waller. He hangs on to it. Down to the 26-yard line.
Tonga Vailoa's pass complete to Darren Waller. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
LaShawn McCoy.
6-yard line.
He said NBA player, I thought. Tua dropping back. He's going to take a deep shot. This one's going to get picked too. That's just a bad throw. Eddie Action Jackson. We've been waiting on E-Jax to get going. One of the best in the business. Eddie Jackson, first interception on the day. First time we've really called his name, but the Chicago Bears, this is an avalanche. That means we're going to end this stream a little bit early. Sir, did you realize you're talking about J.R. Smith yet?
Actually, there's a bunch of them right here, but it was a running back, and it was.
It was the NFL? I thought you said NBA.
No, NFL.
Was it LaShawn McCoy?
I think that was it. It was a running back.
All right, we're going to call this game early, 35-14. The Bears are steamrolling. They're going to improve to 3-6. If all's well that ends well, I think a 21-point lead in this circumstance is the way that the Vegas Raiders are throwing the ball. Appreciate everybody
I think
checking
there's
us out.
another pick six.
If you're interested in joining the AMG, go to dadleaks.com/AMG. You can find us on Twitter at allmaddengaming. Also at Watch AMG TV. And there's a run. He just bounces that one outside. I mean, there's really nowhere to go. He's going to be tackled by Carl Joseph there. Herrick, 14 carries, over 130 yards. What seemed to be a close game, once 14-7, once 21-14. The Bears have just gone on an amazing run right here, and it started, the catalyst was the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when they came out of halftime, I could already feel, you could almost feel it in the Raiders that they were just so pressed that they were just going to, I knew they were going to throw that pick six.
Nice run there. All right, for myself and Serp, that's going to do it for the game. Appreciate y'all. We're going to wait to see if this field goal goes in.
A 55-yard attempt.
Panero is the hero. 38-14. Raiders going to fall to 0-9. Bears going to improve to 3-6. For myself and Serp, we'll see you next time here on AMG Live. It'll be broadcast number 17. Stay tuned on our Twitter at allmaddengaming, at Watch AMG TV for scheduled streams.
First and 10
We out.
at their own 25-yard line.
Ferraris I've been dreaming about. Ganja got me steaming out. I never took the easy route. No. Money, that's what we about. Stack it up, I earn my clout. Got it even in the drought. She said she wanted in the mouth. This the gang winner. Throwing up the squad like we gang members. Being all the spots that you can't enter. Yeah. And I just hit the game winner. Yeah. This the game winner. Throwing up the squad like we gang members. Being all the spots that you can't enter. And I just hit the game winner. And I just hit the game winner. And I just hit the